and welcome. Big night for James Monroe softball here. Sectional championship on the line. We're already underway, and there is your first out on the first pitch of the game. Grounder back to pitcher Riley Thomas, and she throws out to first base to Emily Bailey, and that will get us started.
Yeah, same pitchers for both teams as what pitched last night. So Bradley had a pretty easy night last night. Not sure what the total pitch count was for the Riverview pitcher by the end of the game, but it had to be up there somewhere north of 90.
Yeah, Riverview had that game the other night where she threw a lot of pitches. Then she pitched again last night, although that game got a little bit out of hand, and they were able to get her out. And there's a line shot straight to first base, snagged by Emily Bailey, and 2 outs.
It appears somebody's bleached home plate since last time I paid any attention
Clean.
to it.
Looks like freshly painted.
That
That's going to bring up Fuller. 2 outs, nobody on. And she pops one up. That's going to get into center field. Honeycutt ranges over, under, puts on the squeeze. And was that an immaculate inning? How many pitches were thrown?
3.
No, there's one ball right
There was one ball. So 1 ball away from an immaculate inning. But 4 pitches, and we're heading into the bottom of the first already. Mavericks picking up right where they left off the other night. And we'll be back. We're back. It's going to be Chloe Burt to lead off the bottom of the first. 4 pitches get through the top of the first, and it's a hot day here. No wind to speak of, and that's exactly what you want when you've got this heat. And that ball line to Chloe Burt goes all the way off of Haley Payne's glove at second base, and that's going to be a single for Burt. She reaches safe. Rocket shot goes right off the glove of second baseman Haley Payne. She played shortstop the other day here, moved her to second for this game, and of course first ball going to find you, and it did in a hurry. Runner on first for Wick line. Tries to put down a bunt, and that's foul. Oh, 0-1 count here to Wick line. Comes in here with a 443 average, and that's going to get in and hit her. That'll be runners on first and second with no outs for Maddie Booth.
The keys are in the console.
First pitch a ball, both runners going to take off, and they both reach safely. Look at Maddie Booth's season stats, 80 at-bats, sporting a 550 average, 1100 OPS. Dangerous bat here, now with runners in scoring position. Here's the second pitch is also a ball. 2-0 the count here to Booth.
The national anthem just finished playing over there where the boys are getting underway behind us here in their first sectional game.
We're going to work on having that updated for you as it goes. They'll have Mount View tonight, and that pitch inside, kind of what we saw the other night out of this pitcher. A little bit of trouble finding the strike zone.
Yeah, she had a rough first and second inning, then settled down and cruised along for the majority of the game until about the bottom of the fifth, sixth inning, and then
that's outside, and the bases are loaded, and it's the cleanup hitter, Briley Thomas.
there's a number of pitches he threw last night. She may be carrying a little bit over that, carrying some of that over into today. She did have a long night last night.
Bases loaded for Thomas. Here's the pitch. Inside, but she can't hold back. Strike one. Maybe a
Has about the perfect pitch, really, for bases loaded with her power.
ran it in on her hands. Let's see what the next one holds. Leaves it high, but Thomas a little early on it. Couldn't hold back. That was a dangerous pitch. It was a hanging, breaking ball.
Yeah, it was high and did not cut. Was not anywhere near the inside part of the plate.
A little luck for the Raiders as that goes foul. So we see that defensive alignment in the outfield, kind of the same thing we saw the other day. Center field shaded well toward the right and lets that one go.
Yeah, yesterday you would have thought right on account of the wind, but today you see the flags are hanging from 12 to 6.
1-2 the count. Noski's ready, delivers, and called strike on the inside.
Yeah, it's
one out, and that's a big one as the cleanup hitters retire, but they'll bring up Jaden Bradley.
Bradley can't, she can't pull her hands and still get a hold of that pitch, but that's probably about the best place you can throw a pitch to her. She doesn't want to lower it outside or on the outside part of the plate. She'll pound on it all day.
First pitch way outside. The one over here to Bradley, a chance to drive in some runs.
Yeah, overall, we touched on it last night. Overall, the pitching situation, girls softball throughout the state that I've seen this year is the lack of.
Turns on that one just a little early, and it's foul down the left field line.
The lack of more than one or one and a half quality pitchers on the team really affects a lot of these games. It'd be nice if you had two good pitchers and one, one that would do well in a pinch.
Lets that one go. Good eye, ball two. Oh, three 3-1. I lost the ball there.
The girls softball, particularly when they went from slow pitch softball to fast pitch softball, specialized a lot of positions. Does anybody here remember when they played slow pitch softball in school?
Hammered.
And
The
that,
well foul.
yeah, that's nowhere near where I thought it was. I thought that was going to land somewhere along the fence there, but it's way out of play.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Got a full count here. Good contact on that one. Again, just a little early. Straighten that out. There's a big gap in left center. If you can get a ball into that gap, you're probably going to score 3 runs. Here's the pitch, and fouled back, out of play. We'll line up and do this again. Bradley's ready. Full count delivery. Fouled off, stays alive. That pitch tracked inside a little bit. We've seen him throw that a couple times in on the hands. That's one you got to swing at when you got 2 strikes, and she's able to fight it off. Not really a pitch you can do anything with.
I think James wants to be cognizant of is try not to hit themselves into a double play here. Bases loaded.
Hanoski comes through. That's fouled off.
Almost got the foot out on that one.
Long fight here between Hanoski and Bradley. Every pitch, remember we talked about this, it's hot today. Sun's beating down. Every pitch out there, just a little bit harder.
Yeah,
Hanoski sets up on the left of the mound. Delivers through. Bradley gets a piece of that. That's hit into center field. Center fielder has it, but we're going to have a tag up. Bert's coming through, and she's in plenty of time. And that is a sacrifice fly RBI, and everybody moves up on the throw. Two outs, but the Mavericks do come through, and that'll bring up Honeycutt. We talked about Honeycutt had been hitting the ball well, hitting into some bad luck, but that luck changed over the past couple games, and she's been finding some gaps in the field. So let's see what she can do with 2 outs.
Well, last night she stuck a couple right back up the middle, and that gap is there again today with the shortstop.
Inside.
Shortstop essentially backing up the third baseman. Anything gets past the pitcher is going to score you at least 1 run here.
Comes through, and Honeycutt finds a gap through shortstop and gets into left field. That's going to score 2 runs, and Honeycutt with a 2-run single. She's going to stretch it into a double. Probably going to try for 3. She turns all the way across, going to get down and safe at third base. Mistake there on the single by Honeycutt. That throw got past the pitcher and went all the way to the home dugout, and Honeycutt turned it into 2 more bases. So it's going to be 3-0 with a runner on third for Chloe Shires.
A little bit of indecisiveness there when that ball was retrieved there in foul territory as opposed to getting it on over there to the third base. So I think she's
Foul.
I believe Haley's well and truly shook off all the rust.
Her luck has certainly taken a turn in the past couple of games.
And it's starting to finally hit the ball where they ain't. And that's no better time of the season than for her to do that than right now.
Exactly. And that ball low. Honeycutt's going to push it. She's in standing, and the ball actually hits her. She comes in. You know, in baseball, you might be called out there. You have to slide on any close play. Called safe there. Not sure how that rule works in softball.
I think you have to be realistic. In order for it'd have to be a realistic chance of a play being made had it not been interfered with in order to make that call.
Pitch comes through. Ball.
And so you see, the players, the catcher's well out of, everybody's out of position.
Yeah, well, like I said, it hit her as she crossed the left-handed batter's box, so that play wasn't going to get there. It just made me wonder. Pitch to Shires, gets on top of it, grounds to third, all the way across, and they're going to get the third out there, but not before the Mavericks push across 4 here in the bottom of the first, and that's exactly how they wanted to script it. A lot of pitches. Batted 7 hitters.
Did we see this movie yesterday?
Yeah, pretty close to what we saw the other day. And we're
We saw 3 runs in the first inning, or was it 4?
3 last. Yeah, 3 on
3 in the first,
on
1
Monday.
in the second.
That's right.
And,
All right, we'll take a break and be right back. Have an update for the boys' game. Still 0-0 over there in the top of the first. We're back at a quick update here in the support for Xander Castillo's fight against Hodgkin's lymphoma. There's going to be a dinner and an auction on June 10th. The dinner's at 3 p.m., the auction at 6 p.m. That's at the Family Life Center in Linside. Dinner will include barbecue, slaw chips, drink, and dessert. That ball hit to shortstop. Booth has it there and out at first base.
Family Life Center being there at the Methodist Church, just north of Linside.
It's after the golf tournament.
That is after the golf tournament on June 10th. Again, if you have any questions about that golf tournament, get a hold of Fountain Springs. They can direct you in the right direction.
We can redo that again.
That kid's gonna need our help in here.
First off in there, high and inside.
Blankenship swings through. Strike 1.
I think that pitch would have been high in the zone. It would have been a strike.
Well,
Not as high as that one though.
2-1.
I thought it was 2-2. I guess that other one was a ball then. I mean, that was 2-1. I'm sorry. That other one was just off the outside part of the plate.
Oh, strike on the inside.
I wouldn't have any luck nibbling around the edges of the zone.
On that pitch.
Brings us to full count. 1 out. Swings through. Strike 3.
Late swing. I wonder if that's a timing issue or what, because it wasn't particularly a smoked pitch there, but she was well behind it.
First strikeout of the night.
Not to jinx anything, but James Rowe on the verge of getting through a second inning without a base runner.
Ball hit
Just
hard.
as I say
Bradley's over. Can't get to it. It hits into the gap and down. It's going to be held to a single. Honeycutt was there to back the play up. Bradley had to move a long way over. Almost had that ball. Would have been a great defensive play.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous running catch. I'd take, I have to eat that one because as the ball was flying through the air, I said James Rowe had a good opportunity to get out of here without a base runner. Curse the announcer strikes again.
Now Goodman up. Swings through the first strike.
1-2, 143. Yeah, 2 outs. I'd just go ahead and send the runner now.
Another swing and strike, and these swings not especially competitive.
No, not.
So I think you just come back with what you've done right here. That runner may be on the move. We'll see.
I would have sent her at the first pitch.
She's going to go. That ball hit, and that's going to be a blooper shot just fair down the left field line. Even with the hit and run on, that ball was hit so shallow into left field that the runner can't advance past second. So it'll be runners on first and second. You know, they kind of talk about a bloop and a blast. So that's what you got to be careful of right now is you're going to have Merrick come to the plate.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't
Merrick swings over top of the first one.
the most well hit ball it's ever been, but
It go down as a single.
Same expression in real estate: location, location, location. She hit it where they ain't.
That's right. In the scorebook, it'll look like a line drive.
She's on first.
That ball skips in. Runner's going to take a lead, but Wickline's able to block it. Actually, a throwback to second from the pitcher's mound. Almost caught her sleeping, but she's safe there. 1-1 here to Merrick. 2 Merricks on this starting lineup. This is Caden Merrick. That ball hit to second base, and Chloe Burt's going to get it and just put it away to the shortstop at second, and that's going to get us out of the inning. So a little bit of a jam the Mavericks get out of without scoring, or without giving up a score. Still 0-4. We're headed to the bottom of the second.
I'll drink about 4
Folks,
cups.
we're back up. It's going to be Emily Bailey to hit to lead off.
Big cups of hot tea in the morning.
Mavericks got 4 runs last time through. See what they can do here. Almost got through that order. The 8 and 9 hitter's up right now. Honoski's ready. Pitches through. That ball smacked but well fouled down the right field line.
The place screaming for the ball to be hit is right there into the left field. First part of the game, the left fielder wasn't cheating so much towards center field. But the farther the center fielder moves to right, the farther the left fielder moves over and slipped there. Big.
Ball tracks inside. Bailey lets it go.
Big gap. I'd say near 20 yards between left fielder in left field line.
Yeah, I'd say at least that. She gets on top of that. It's the third base. Fielded there across, and that's route number 1.
Thanks, sir.
Third baseman Morgan Merrick's had a couple hit to her down that line today. She's done a good job fielding so far. That'll bring up Ariel McPeak. Gets the start as the DH today. Ball 1. A couple of weeks since we saw McPeak in action here on the network, coming in with a 262 average, 730 OPS. Takes inside, the called strike we talked about a little bit earlier. Home plate umpire has been consistently calling that inside strike today.
Yeah, and that's good news if you're a pitcher on either team here, especially when you're pitching somebody with power. If you can get that call too.
Outside, not going to get that one. Ball 2.
Unless you got a girl and pulls her hands, and she gets into that kind of pitch, she's not going to be able to put a lot on it.
Peak ready for the 2-1. Delivery high, but swings under. Strike 2.
And that there was the case of having been getting that high strike. That nerve probably chased that a little bit out of the zone. It's probably a little bit too high.
Takes inside, too far inside to get that call. And we'll be full, 3-2. I hear a lot of cheering coming from.
Yeah, out the back there. Send somebody on a mission.
And called strike, so gets McPeak looking, and there's 2 outs as we're back to the top of the order. It's 2-0 Mavericks over there, and actually they still have bases loaded, no outs. It's a position there where they might be able to find some runs. Actually, bases not loaded, runners on second and third after. Chloe Burt back up. That ball hit right into left field, and they dropped it out there. Burt's going to push for 2. Throw comes in slow, and it's going to get over. She's going to go to third. She's going to turn. She's going to push it all the way. Throws in. She's down in. Safe as the catcher's not able to field the ball there. So Chloe Burt with a Little League home run. Gets all the way around on a couple of errors. How do you score that? That's probably a double with errors on 2 throws to lead to the score.
I didn't pay a lot of attention.
Actually, I don't know if you can
throw an error at first base, or was that?
There was a.
Well,
you got to. We have to per year to think that there's probably an error on left field for not gloving it in the first place.
Well, yeah, that's
an error on the throw from shortstop, and then maybe an error as you come in. Yeah, you have to have an error here, either not a throwing error, but a fielding error on the catcher. So 3 errors on that play. Pitch to Wickline well inside.
Yeah, you could have been inside of her head there just for a split second. Your heart would have dropped when she saw that ball hunting out the left fielder's glove there. Especially since it's such a well-hit ball. Pretty much a line drive right into the left fielder's pocket until she dropped it.
That's kind of what they say. Good things happen when you put the ball into play. Takes high. 5-0 for the Mavericks now. Still no outs. Bottom of the first. So 5-0 here, 5-0 there. That ball outside, so walking with 4 pitches after the. It's going to bring up Booth.
Hanoska, the pitcher from Riverview, you see yesterday and today, she is a location-oriented pitcher. She tries to spot her pitches well. You know, when she got tired yesterday, that's when she started having problems. I'm not sure she just isn't tired. Again, this heat bothered her anyway.
Called strike inside.
When her whole, it seems like her pitching game is location. She doesn't have any particular overpowering fastballs or anything like that. It's just where she wants to put them. When she's able to do that, she's real successful. But
Pitch to Booth way inside. Wickline's going to take off and get to second easily on the pass ball.
and she pretty much following true to form here. She's doing the same thing she did yesterday. Wide outside on a few pitches and rolling a few across home plate. This is not consistent. Not consistently putting good pitches.
Ball connection. That's going to get into right field. Gets by first. That's going to bring the runner around. Wickline scores. And Booth's going to make it to second on the throw. So we've seen this a couple times. These throws are ill-advised. You're not going to get that out from right field to throw in. Go ahead and get that into second and keep the runner at first and limit your damage. They change places. Had a run. It'll be Thomas up. Thomas struck out last time. Here's the pitch. Takes called strike one.
Not pleased with that strike call. She thought it was low. That gap in the left field, between the left fielder and the left field lines, closed up by just a yard or two. Massively, the gap between left and center fielder still remains there as the center fielder is cheating towards right field by about 7-10 yards.
Reaches out, swings at that one, makes contact, but foul down the first baseline. 1-2 the count here. Pitch to Thomas. Inside, ball 2.
You know, after that outside pitch, he poked something over the first baseman's head. Well, if you get one down, just a hair bit inside, you pull that thing hard to the left field.
Ball hit hard. It's going to go right towards center. She's under it and puts it away. So that'll be it for the Mavericks. Hopefully they push 2 more across, and they do that with 2 outs. So several more pitches thrown in this inning. Another hot one. We're going to head into the third. Mavericks lead 6-0. Quick check on the baseball score. Going into the top of the second now. Mavericks lead 5-0 on Mountain View there. So we'll keep you up on that. It's going to be Haley Payne. Swings through the first one, strike one.
Zipped that thing by there. She was about a day late on that.
She's just the 9-hitter up right now. Haley Payne, big basketball player for the Riverview Raiders. Ball 2, or ball 1.
Yeah, she's pretty effective on the hardwood there for Riverview.
Comes into this game batting .219 on the season.
Yeah, having a hard time keeping the ball down.
We have a minute. We look at the defensive alignments. Didn't get a chance to do that earlier in the game. You have Thomas pitching, of course, Wick line behind the plate. Bailey at first, Bird at second, Booth at short, Shires at third, Bradley in left, Lowe in right, and Haley Honeycutt in center field.
She just missed that one there.
Defensively for the Raiders, Hanoski on the plate, or Hanoski on the mound, Lester behind the plate, Fuller at first, Payne at second, Goodman at short, Merrick at third, Blankenship and Mullins in your corners, and Matney in center field.
Yeah, that bat was spent behind the ball all 3 swings.
So a strikeout for Haley Payne, and that'll bring us back to the leadoff.
I think if she
Pitcher
would
Hanoski.
have just thrown 3 straight fastballs, I think she would have got 3 swings and a miss.
Swings through strike one. The one delivery, that's popped up. It's going right to Bird at second base, and she puts it away, barely having to move her feet. That thing was ticketed for the exact spot in the world where she stood. And that's out number 2. Bring up center fielder Matney. Pitch one to Matney. That's popped up straight behind.
Right out of play. Probably on somebody's truck.
Behind the truck. It's okay.
So it lands in the truck. You get a put out on that.
I think I get to keep it.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess that works. That one comes in low. Ball hits slowly down the first baseline. It's going to be fielded there, and a quick toss over to Burke covering, and that's going to get him out. Bailey thought about taking that herself, but that was going to be close, and Burke ranged all the way over and was able to cover that. Solid defense for the Maverick infield.
That could have easily went south there. It was a little short shovel. Do what their catcher. She's beat their catcher.
back, getting ready to start the bottom of the third inning. 6-0 Mavericks. It's going to be Jaden Bradley up when we're ready to go. Mavericks have put up a crooked number in every inning they've had so far, so we'll see if they can get something going. That freshly painted home plate looks a little less fresh right now.
Yeah, but it's a lot better shape than it was throughout the season. There when it was a little bit darker than the turf surrounding it, or than the dirt surrounding it. It's still sunken and sticking up on one end.
Still a big gap there in left center.
A big gap.
Bradley hit a ball over there earlier. Rocks back, here's the delivery. Fouls off the first one.
So, get a hold of one and pull it hard, or hit it pretty much straight away center field, a little bit to left center. So it's not a pop fly. Ooh,
That pitch a little inside.
He had, what, 2 or 3 hit bats.
There were 3 in the last game. That's right.
All completely unintentional, and nobody all hit on the fat meat where it didn't cost anybody any.
Bradley hammers one to left field. That's high. That's going to get down. And she's got a double. Has some trouble fielding it. See if anything. That ball hit about midway down the line between the fence and third base. Landed about 3 or 4 feet to the inside of that line. And Bradley able to stretch that into a double.
Yeah, if that'd been more line drive than pop up there, that would have made it all the way to the fence.
It's going to bring up Honeycutt.
The only thing that made that play a possible play was the fact that it was such a high fly ball. Otherwise, the left fielder had no chance of getting underneath of it, getting even near in the neighborhood of it.
First pitch on the way to Honeycutt. She swings over that one. That was going to be a called
It's an
strike.
awkward looking swing too.
I think she might have been a little early on that.
I think she was trying to make her mind up whether she was going to swing on that as she was swinging.
Strike one. Honeycutt stares down Hanoski. Shows bunt. And he puts it down. That's a good bunt right down the third base line. And it's going to finally roll foul. That thing rolled a mile. Just a good job by that Raider defense to be patient.
By resisting the urge to snatch that thing up.
So 2 strikes now. The bunt will be off. Honeycutt will be free to swing.
If it had just a little bit of backspin to it, then it would have died right there in play. But still, it's a perfect bunt. Perfect bunt.
Another run across in the baseball game. It's 6-0 now, and reaches for that one, trying to protect, and that's strike 3. That'll bring up Shires.
That last swing and miss there from Honeycutt was not the pretty swing we're used to seeing from her.
Mavericks in the bottom of the second of the baseball game lead 6-0 and have runners on second and third with no outs. Swings through strike number 1.
She was not happy with that swing. She took it all.
Gets on top of that one. That's hit the first base. Able to field it. There's going to pick it up and tag her there, and that'll let Bradley get to third. Slow roller down the first base line.
Yeah.
That'll be Emily Bailey up with a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs.
They're reverting back to earlier in the season, playing a little small ball here. When the situation dictates it, move the runner over.
Bailey hits that hard. It gets past third base. It's into left field. It's going to go all the way near to the wall. It drives in Bradley. Bailey turns and gets a standing double as she's able to leg it out. So coming through in the clutch when you needed her there was Emily Bailey, and that's going to put it to a 7-run lead.
That's no reason that ball should have not even got out of the infield. I'm not sure. There's no sense in that. The third baseman is be plenty happy to let her glove get some dirt on it. The ball just went right. Though it was sharply hit, but there's no reason that ball shouldn't have been fielded. When Bill Buckner made that play, he had 17 years of bad knees to justify why he couldn't get down there and get that ball first baseline for the Red Sox. Broke my heart in 1986.
Ball bounces into McPeak. Bailey's going to take off, gets to third base.
Out of trot. So everything going James Rose way, and Riverview just cannot catch a break.
Mavericks are a run away, actually right now about a single away from hitting the mercy rule limit in the third. Of course, you have to get through the bottom of the fifth before that can come into play, or the top of the fifth before that can come into play, but you would be to the point. Pete could reach base over and Chloe Burt back up. Here's the pitch, and she's gonna, because that thing just goes over top of her shoelaces. And that was a live ball. I'm surprised Bailey didn't take a chance there because the pitcher wasn't even coming to cover.
I think she was being coached up there. I don't believe either her or Coach Wickline realized that ball was in play.
Gonna have Jordan Lowe come in to run for McPeak. I'll have a moment here while they sort out the substitution on the base pass. Chloe Burt back up. She's 1 for 2 so far. Of course, that one that's off of the 2 was a score and a home run with, well, you can't call it a home run. She scored, rounded the bases on 3 errors.
Bad News Bears home run.
Pitch comes in low to Burt, ball 1. And Lowe will take second base. No real effort made to stop her.
Yeah, she almost got herself into a run down there without the ball being put into play there.
Pitch outside. A big lead there from Lowe at second.
Yeah, she's
nobody there to cover. Finally, Payne ranged over.
Yeah, I think she's trying to bait the catcher into doing something. I can tell you from the body language of that catcher from a prior play at second base that the catcher's not interested in making any sort of a defensive play against anybody. If she hasn't been the whole
ball
game.
Hammer, that's going to get in. It's going to drive in 2 runs as that's into the gap in left center. Burst speed around. That ball gets to second before her, but it gets away from Payne. She's going to turn it into 3. Call that a double, 2-run RBI, or 2 RBI double.
Let me tell you, I don't think anybody thought that the ball was going to get to second base as fast as it did. it certainly surprised me seeing left fielder's arm previous plays. I didn't think she had it in her to get that ball there that fast.
Now runner on third is the speedy Burt, so anything that gets by, Burt's probably going to push the issue. And you've got a dangerous bat in Shea Wickline up, standing at over 450 on her average right now, and OPS almost 1,200.
That tie cod grip she's got there.
Pitch comes in way outside. Ball two.
She holds the bat like Ty Cobb. We're not saying her challenge the catcher at home plate to see if she spikes the catcher blocking the play as Ty Cobb would have. And probably two people out there listening to this understood what I was talking about.
Holds up, but called strike anyway. 2-1. Game's tracking each other well. Now also 9-0 in the baseball game. Ball inside. Burt's gonna go. She scores. Same kind of play as what we saw from Honeycutt a little earlier. Ball gets by to the left side and they're in.
Well, I'll tell you, that catcher there surprised me. Her lackadaisical non-effort, some of these other defensive plays, I'm surprised that she made that as close as it was.
Pitch high, and it's going to walk Wickline and bring up Booth. Again, in this inning, Mavericks putting up a lot of damage. Putting up a lot of damage with 2 outs. The first two. Pitch to Burt, popped up. First base able to get over and make the play in front of the coach's box. And that's going to be it, but not before the Mavericks push some more across and lead 10-0. Same story over in the baseball game. It's 10-0 there now as well.
Several people here today, more than even yesterday. And yesterday, somebody knocked off the funeral home, brought the picnic shelter up here with them. Actually, a couple people have.
Big turnout here for the sectional championship game, and they like what they're seeing from the hometown Mavericks. Folks, we're back 10-0 here. It's going to be Fuller, the 3-hitter up. First pitch low.
off the bat, tipped off the mitt. Well, looks like it was a snooker table has so much different spin on it. A little high there. Even though that strike zone has been high consistently tonight, it's a little bit too much. I asked for.
All ball. 3-1 to count.
Equipment problem here. James Road catcher
We had this problem the other night with
strap on the shin guards.
Riverview's catcher.
Broke.
Now we have the same issue going on here with Shay. She's mindful of that now. She took that ball off of her right knee area a couple weeks ago when one of those straps came loose. Looks like we have an extra set of shin guards out. May need to swap out. So we're going to be a few minutes here. Actually, we're not. We got those fixed. We're ready to go. Okay. So never mind. No break. We're back to it. So these games, this is amazing how close these are mirroring each other. 10-0 in both. Bottom of the second in the baseball game. Bottom of the fourth here at the softball field. Fuller gets on top of that. That's going to get through into left field. Bradley has it. Strong throw into second, and they're going to hold that to a single.
Well hit ball. So here in the fourth, Riverview showing a little light on the offensive side of the game.
Pitch to Lester. That's topped right back to first or to the catcher. Play at second. They're not going to have anything there, and that ball's going to get out of play and be awarded second base. You don't have to run or slide, which is going to do both. And that ball, there's a line. You can't see it from here. It's on the other side of the home dugout. It connects to about the corner. Actually, if you zoom in right there,
can you see it?
beside
Well,
Keith's
really
foot, you can see the start of it. A little bit of a white line. It goes from that corner all the way back to the other corner of the inside of the fence where the gate is and cuts off that area in play. So that ball went into that well and is out of play. So one out, you still have a runner on second.
Aside from that, I'm pretty sure that there's nobody sitting over there in the James Road coaching staff that was happy at all with anything that transpired there on that defensive side of that play.
Blankenship up. It's on top of that, fouls it back. 1-1. No, the play to second cut down the lead runner, but took a while to develop. That ball was slowly hit back to Thomas on the mound. By the time they got to second, that play was impossible to make. Maddie going to field that at shortstop all the way across. They're going to get her at third. It's in time. It tags down. That's a double play. And it's going to get the Mavericks out of the fourth inning, and nobody comes across. Strong field there from Boosh. She looked the runner back to second, through to first, and then the runner took off. Bailey on top of it made a big throw all the way across the mound, and that was picked up off the ground and right into a tag by Chloe Shires.
Accurate throw. Yeah, don't necessarily peg the ball in there, but might as well say so. But getting back to that player earlier, second. Well, we'll just leave that where it's at. I'm not.
All right, we're going to take a break and be right back. Heading into the bottom of the fourth. It's 10-0. Cleanup hitter Thomas is going to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. Mavericks
She just told us she's trying. So.
lead 10-0.
And
that
there
ball
she goes.
whacked into right field. Right fielder back. That's to the fence. It's going to hit up against it. She's going to be able to leg this out for 3. Throw comes in. See if they try to make it and get it back to the pitcher wisely. But a standing triple as it is. We're going to have a courtesy runner come in for.
That was just about the most well-timed I'm trying I really am. Right before she smacked that
It's going to
sucker.
be Alyssa Weichel into the game here to third base to run for Thomas. She said she was trying, and
She's trying.
did.
I'm trying. I really am.
I thought you were taking it.
Thomas had 2 triples in the game on Monday night. Now has another one here. I think she would like to play Riverview every night. Bradley's up. Had that hard hit ball into left field last time. Got her into the hit column. And here she stands with no outs and a chance for another RBI. And she's going to get it as that gets through the gap into left field. Wickline comes in to score. Weichel comes in to score easily, and that's going to be an RBI single for Booth. Her bat is coming alive tonight, and now it's going to be Honeycutt to the plate. I said, bit Bradley. I said Bradley a few times before that.
Well, the first cousins. The first cousins. So it's
When that gets in, it hits Honeycutt.
really like it from George Mail.
That's the second RBI for Jaden Bradley tonight. Now, Honeycutt not one to take a lot of walks. I don't think she has any actually based on balls in the season, so if she's going to take a walk, it's probably going to come with a pound of flesh like that one just did.
This game, really, a lot of similarities to last night's game. A lot.
Pitcher wore down, did you?
The scoring profiles of when scored, runs were scored throughout the course of the game. The pitcher, like I said, this pitcher from Riverview seems to be, she's a location-oriented pitcher. When you're tired, you're not going to be successful whenever your game you rely on having to spot your pitchers real well.
It's Sienna Hickson batting in Chloe Shires' spot. Ball 1.
Living another fourth inning, runs from first to second, double steal.
Why not? Oh, ball. Foul back.
I don't know if it's something we said or what. There's been a lot of balls fouled directly back towards us this game. I don't know if it's some sort of commentary on our commentary. Or
It's possible. Ball popped up. Catcher out. We have an infield fly rule called anyway, but she puts out on the catch anyway, and that's going to bring up Emily Bailey with 1 out. Bailey with that timely double her last time up, so let's see if she can find another one. Lets that one go.
Oh, well
ball.
outside.
11-0 in the bottom of the third for James Monroe baseball. Noski comes through. That ball fouled off behind the home base dugout. Home base? Home team dugout. Lee Bailey sporting that .315 average, got an OPS in the 700s, 18 RBIs on the season. Chance to add to that. And she's gonna, as that gets into right field, all the way to the center fielder. Bradley's gonna come around. Honeycutt's right on her heels. Throw not good. It's gonna let Bailey get to second. That's a 2 RBI single. And Emily Bailey racking it up tonight.
Not to sound like there's an echo in here or anything, but I was just going to be base hit RBI either way. But the center fielder sat there for a good second half, 2 seconds, and watched that ball as it meandered its way to her, as opposed to charging it and getting that ball back into the infield quicker. And that's just, I guess that's just how the game is played now, because everybody seems to do it that way. Every team, their outfielders, nobody charges the ground balls. I guess there's a reason for it.
That McPeak up.
There probably is a reason for it, and I heard it'd probably make me feel real stupid. But as of right now, I don't see what the downside to it is.
13-0 here. Pitch to McPeak, inside ball.
What was the final score for last night's game?
It was 9-2, or no, 10-0 on Monday night. Yeah.
Let's say last night's game, or Monday night's game.
That ball gets by, and Bailey's going to use it to take third.
Yesterday, the amount of rain that dropped here yesterday morning, I'm surprised that they would have been surprised if it had been dry enough to play yesterday. Pretty sure you called that a strike.
That was clear. It's helpful when there's enthusiasm. 3-1 now to McPeak. She's hitting in the 9 spot here, so if she gets on, well, I mean, it's going to happen anyway, but if she gets on, Burt is going to be up with just 1 out as opposed to 2. Pitch inside to McPeak, and she's walked, and that will bring up Burt. We're going to have a time and see, and yeah, as expected, it's going to be Jordan Lowe in to run for McPeak. Lowe, the speedy right fielder. DJ extraordinaire for the softball.
Try to keep away from any sort of double play opportunity here, which you have second base.
Yeah, Burt with the speed. She'd probably go ahead and take second if there's an opportunity. Mavericks stay aggressive. They don't tend to start going base to base at any point.
Yeah, I doubt Riverview's going to.
Burt stands in 2 for 3 so far. That one gets by, and as expected, first pitch by, Lowe takes second.
Pretty easy decision to make there. And I'm not sure that Riverview would defend a stolen base anyway, a stolen base attempt anyway,
Yeah, no opportunity on that one.
even if they had an opportunity. As the catchers watched a couple of people just wander into second base as far as this game. She could have made a throw and didn't.
Yeah. Got a runner on third. Probably not a throw you'd try to make anyway. And ball outside, gets away. Lowe wants to go, but there's a runner standing on third base. So.
Yeah.
2-0 here to Burt. Fouled back. Strike one. Burt ready. Noski's set to come through. Here's the pitch that's hammered into right center. Gonna get down. Right fielder knocks it down, but not before it's gonna be a double from Burt. One run comes across and the speedy Lowe right in behind. 2 more runs cross for the Mavericks on the 2 RBI double from Burt. And Burt having a monster game here.
Bust 50.
Ball hit hard, but popped up. And it's going to be shortstop Goodman over to put it away. 2 outs.
Wander up there before
One and one to count here to Booth. 2 outs. Run lead for the Mavericks. Lead at second from Burt on the pitch. It's going to be called ball. Fouled back to the gate, or to the backstop. Strike 2. Oh, strike 1. 2-1 the count. There's the pitch, and that's going to get away. Burt to third base.
3 balls, 1 strike.
One on the way, fouls it off, so we'll be full.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
draw a base on balls. That'll bring up Thomas. She had that triple last time up. Looking to add a few more runs. It's a big swing, but no connection. Strike one. Thomas stands in. Hanoski ready. Rocks back. Delivers through, and that ball ends up behind. And Burke going to easily come in to score 16-0.
One ball, one strike.
Ball hit, slow roller to third, going to field it there and across. And that's out number 3, so we're going to head in to the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 16-0, and the Raiders need 9 runs just to stay alive for another inning. We'll be back. Back, getting ready to start the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks with a 16-run lead off that huge 4th inning. Ball 1 here to Merrick. Skips in ball 2. Get a look at Merrick on the season. Got a 350 batting average. OPS at close to 900, so capable hitter. Pitch comes through, swings at that one, and fouls it back.
Two balls, one strike.
Hard strike, and that's 2-2.
Two balls, two strikes.
Swings at that one and stays alive with the foul. And Late swing comes through, and that's strikeout. Out number one.
Can you slide and get
I did.
a pretty good food?
It is.
Gotta make sure they make it.
Yeah. It is.
I taste it.
When you eat lunch, it's 2:30 in the morning.
I said, I was mom could ate 2 hot dogs for dinner, we eat lunch at 11:30. Beat the crowd.
Yeah.
One morning, I'm starving.
This will bring up Goodman.
Twice a day.
I don't know. That's
Swings on the first.
8 hour period, you know.
Strike one, and now a ball.
Shut it. Unless I don't do much. If I work, I don't do much. Only 3 or 4 times a day.
breakfast every day.
It's good real early. I feel bad. Jeez, look at this crap.
Pitch comes through. Swing. Strike two.
When you see the trophy on the announce the winner. Okay, thank you. After race.
This is sport there is, you jinxed it. This is sport there is, you jinxed it.
Strikeout. Out number two. Now the last chance is represented here by Caden Merrick, the designated hitter, hidden in the 8 spot. Reaches out, can't get any piece of that one.
At this point in the game, was the way it is, Judge. I just wanted to take their time, make sure that they dot every I and cross every T here. Not put themselves in a position of extending this game any longer than they have to.
2-1 here to Merrick. Here in the 5th inning, if this game, well, if this out happens, then this game will end on a mercy rule, and that's strike 2 on the swing. So Raiders down to their last strike. That ball tracks inside, almost gets her, but gets behind. So 2-2 the count. Oh no, 3-2. I was right. Here's the pitch and swinging, striking. That's going to do it. The Mavericks are your section champions. And they're going to be able to go face Greenbrier West in that regional showdown, likely starting next week. And they do that in perfect fashion as they're able to go through 3 games in this sectional tournament without giving up a run. That was blanking Montcalm 9-0, beating this Riverview team 10-0 the other night, and then getting them tonight 16-0.
And that's good as as weather heats up and everything. Not to expend any more than you have to on each game.
No. All right, we're going to stick with you here for a minute. There's going to be a presentation of the trophy. We'll be pulling double duty here, emceeing the trophy presentation. So we'll give us all a minute. Big
God, chili's good.
big series here for the Mavericks as they were able to get through in perfect fashion, and now we're about ready. Did you say Section 1, Region 3?
I think. I wasn't paying attention. Don't you worry.
All right, everyone, if we can have your attention, please direct that attention to the field as we're about to hand the trophy for the Region 1 Section 1 Region 3 championship to the Lady Mavericks. Boogered it. And there you have it. Posing with
Section 1, Section 3, Region 1, and
Section
Region 3.
1, Region 3 is what we came up with. Region 1, Section 3 champions. No, it's got to be Section 3, Region 1. Okay.
Several regions, several sections.
It's really confusing. They should change the names. But they're your champions. And they're going to be able to revel in that a little bit. And it looks like the boys are taking care of business on the other field. So that game, their next game will be played Saturday. Girls, yet to be determined, but it'll be a game away to begin with, probably early next week, and then a home game in return. And if needed, a third game. So that's a double elimination tournament. It'll be against a really good Greenbrier West team. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And let's see if we can. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, we are back. I have senior Emily Bailey here. Let me get the box score off of her face. She came in today, was 2 for 3, had a single, a double, and 3 RBIs. Oh, and let's check real quick because
And
there
didn't
was
even know it till we talked.
also
Didn't know it.
2 stolen bases in that as well. So
With these wheels.
with those wheels. So tell me, Emily, how'd you come in? Y'all have played really great through this whole section. How's it feel? Senior year, you're section champions. You're going to be going on playing for the region. Start there.
Well, at the beginning of the season, we were looking a little rough. We lost about 6 girls in the first week. We didn't know how our season was going to end up. So honestly, I couldn't be happier. This is the best it could turned out. So.
Do you guys have noticed that every game, as throughout the season, especially like now we're getting to sectional, every game things are starting to click just a little bit better.
We're definitely having more time to play together. And especially around tournament time where we can practice more instead of playing like 7 games a week, it gives us a lot of time to look along with it.
You know, you mentioned that. Earlier in the season, you played a tough schedule and there were some hiccups. But you really seem to be clicking now. Your infield has come together playing as a really good unit. You're a big part of that infield. What's changed there?
Well, in practice, Greg hits bombs at us. That's all he does. He just hits them harder and harder, and once he hits them hard, you just gotta learn to get them up, unless you want to run.
We think about coaches. He's so caring and sweet, and verbalizes his concern for you throughout the season, doesn't he?
It's a tough love, but that's what makes it so good. So.
We had an early rocket hit to you. You were able to feel that. You had that play a little bit toward the end of the game. The throw to first, runner at second tried to take off, and you got her over to Chloe and got the tag there. You've done that a couple times this year. That's just a heads-up play. That's a big throw across.
I think my specialty is the one hopper from first to third. The trajectory, got it perfect in the glove.
It wasn't in your glove for a tag.
Every time.
She slid into it
Every
as she
time.
caught it. So that's a perfect throw.
Yeah, looked like just almost a beautiful peg. It was
Let's talk about your game at the plate here. Like I said, 2 for 3. You had 3 RBIs. Any different approach tonight, or were we just seeing the pitcher?
Yesterday, Keith told me to swing the bat hard. So every time I went up to bat, he was like, swing the bat hard. And in my mind, that's what I thought. I was like, just swing the bat hard. Just swing the bat hard. And look, it got me some hits.
we were thinking, or I was thinking anyway, that she was primarily a location-based pitcher, as far as, she didn't have like a really overpowering fastball or anything. And once she couldn't spot the balls very well, it was like y'all walked up to all-you-could-eat buffet.
Yeah, it was a lot different than when we first played them there. She was kind of better with her locations then, but I hit 3 for 4 up there when we played there, so I think she's just a good pitcher for me to hit off of, I guess.
Kind of works to you. So, you're senior. This is not your last game here. There'll be one more in the region, but you've played softball for a long time, right? Since you were a little kid. So, what are your thoughts on that right now? Have you thought about it, or is it just still too much?
I think I haven't really thought about any of it yet. I feel like it's going to hit me all at once, probably on the last time that we play. That's when it's going to get to me, but I'm trying not to think about it, live in the moment, just go with it, see what happens. I'll deal with it when it comes.
Emily, we got one more game here to watch you play, and we're looking forward to it. It's been great all this time so far. Yep. With that, I think we're going to let it go. We're trying to get Briley up here. Actually, I don't see her now. She might have disappeared. I don't know if we're going to get her. We'll check on that, but if not, we'll sign off. If so, we'll come back really quick. I'll let you know one way or the other, but that's going to do it. James Monroe wins the section championship in 3 games, gives up no runs, barely any base runners, and just dominating fashion. Go up there and serve some of this to Greenbrier West next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, good news. We do have Riley Thomas back up here, starting pitcher. 3 shutouts through the sectional championship, or sectional tournament through the championship. Tell us about it. What were you feeling through these 3 games? You know, we talked before a couple games, so you're feeling good. Were you feeling really good?
Yes, I was feeling really good. I feel great. It's finally, you know, it's great to win this. It's feeling great for all of us, and you know, it's like a big weight lifted off of our chest. So.
Yeah, we just talked to Emily. It was a tough struggle through the first few games of the season. It was playing up to a lot of different competition and some struggles to work through, but it seems like you guys have really come together in the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. We've actually talked about this in practice and everything, but I definitely think that we've improved so much, and it's definitely showing out there.
And we talked about some struggles the infield had earlier, how well they're playing now. You're centerpiece of that infield. What do you think about that? Anything different going on out there, or are you just gelling?
Well, it's not just me, it's everyone, so I'm not going to take all the credit. You know, everyone has a job to do, and we're all executing it very well, I think. So, yeah.
Well, it's you in particular, not just because you're beating the socks off teams, shutting them out, but you've even earlier in the game, these past couple of weeks, you seem a whole lot more relaxed on the mound.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's definitely like a confidence thing. You know,
Because you know what you're going to do.
Yeah, and especially having the team behind my back, it definitely helps a lot with me not having to worry about having to get that out every time, because I know that I've got a great team behind me.
It's hard to remember. You're still just a sophomore. Yeah. So do you think that sophomore year has just been a big growing experience for you? You trusting your defense behind you now more?
For sure. You know, freshman year was pretty good, and I think I had a lot of confidence going in there, but definitely sophomore year, this year has definitely been a big change overall, I think, with everyone. But yeah, for me, definitely, I think I've grown completely as well as everyone else. So yeah.
Let's talk about that sophomore class now that we're on it. Our middle infield, catcher, pitcher, first or second, and shortstop, all sophomores. How are y'all as a group? Do y'all ever talk about that?
No, yeah, I think we're pretty good overall. We're really tight with that whole sophomore group. I think that we always stick together, even in school and out of school. So I think that definitely shows on the field as well, because we just have that chemistry together.
Last time y'all had Greenbrier West up here, it was a close game. Got away a little bit toward the end. What do you think about going into that series?
I think we're prepared. I think we're ready for them. I think we've definitely gotten out of our heads. So I think we've got a pretty good chance. I'm not going to speak too soon, because, you know, anything could happen. But we're going to go in like any other game, and we're just going to try our hardest to dominate and get to the point.
Riley, great series. 3 games, 3 shutouts. You're on the mound for the whole time. That's and as a sophomore, it's just it's a great thing to see. I'm going to let you get back down there, and I got some pictures to take, and you've been kind of caught up in some other interviews. But anything you want to say before you go?
Thank you guys for watching, and keep supporting us.
And that's Riley Thomas, starting pitcher for the Lady Mavericks, section champions. And with that, we're going to let you see the field one more time, and then we're going to sign off. And we'll see you for that regional tournament game. We'll let you know when that is, when we know.